So we talked a little bit about leads. You can buy leads, you cannot buy leads. And one challenge that marketers of all sizes face is there's a huge difference in lead quality, right? Not all leads are created equal. So large businesses have the ability to use business intelligence and CRM to try to sort out the difference between a valuable lead and a not so valuable lead. How do small businesses deal with that sort of challenge, a good lead versus a bad lead?
When I was came out here to Vail, I went fly fishing and I found the guy over Google, and he had a very simple perspective. He has a very simple page up. He's like, I buy X dollars of Google per month. He spends $300 a month. I get this many phone calls. They seem to be good phone calls, so I keep paying it. And I think for most small businesses, that's the evaluation metric they're going to take. They know when they're on the phone whether it's a good lead or a bad lead. They know that when someone called them up and they thought they were going fishing in Nevada and not Colorado, that's a bad lead, and someone who really wanted to go fishing in Vail is a good lead. So I think a lot of it will be done that way. But for the guys who are spending, again, if you're spending $4,000 or $5,000 a month, what a lot of people used to spend on the Yellow Pages, and you're spending that in big lead companies, you need to get your lead scored. You need to be able to challenge a lead. You need to be able to say this isn't a good customer phone call, etc. And given the really aggressive nature a lot of spammers have taken to going after these tracking numbers and calling them like crazy to try to sell you something, you need to make sure your partner's not charging you for someone else trying to sell you something.
One of the challenges in search marketing has been sort of limited inventory, and that really gets magnified tenfold when you're talking about small local businesses, because there's only room for 10 lawyers in a town advertising on divorce attorney within a Google SERP or a Bing SERP or a Yahoo SERP for that matter, and you've got situations where the marketers themselves are sometimes buying Google ads and sometimes it's the aggregators buying the Google ads. So how is this shortage of inventory going to sort of work its way out so that the 50 divorce lawyers in New York City can all sort of be putting money where they used to put it into Yellow Pages, they can be putting it into the internet?
As one of the largest local publishers, a big part of our business is as a publisher, we're trying to solve that problem of creating more local inventory, whether it's creating inventory around Q&A or creating inventory around city content or expert pages about how you do plumbing, that kind of stuff. We're trying to create new local inventory so we can solve some of that problem. In the end, Google's getting pretty competitive, and a lot of people are beginning to move off of just buying through Google and buying through alternative networks like CityGrid, which is a big partner of ours, where we move a lot of. They certainly move a lot of our inventory. Some of the big search partners, because of the Google issues, have also come direct to other publishers. And then, there has been sort of an explosion of new local inventory on the phone. Primarily through just web-enabled web browsing phones, not through apps and sort of fancy stuff that sort of the early adopters deal with, but just people on their phone searching the web. That traffic for us has moved from 2% to 13% in the last 12 months. So there's actually a lot of new inventory coming on that people can access. And the more time people spend online, whether it's watching videos or surfing Google, searching Google, or on Facebook, there actually is a lot more local inventory available today. It's just not as easy to get at as going to Google for search.